Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Johnny McAwesome once again. We're going to wrap up this play series here with our breakdown of Chief Nebit. So without further ado, let's start taking a look at what mods I've got on him and the reason behind them. And then we'll go into his abilities, his gear, and we'll talk about what his real purpose is in the raid. So, Chief Nebit, let's start with that arrow. 26 speed. Could be up to 30, but that's okay. He's got 1% offense, I don't care. 31 offense, crit chance, I don't care. Plus 280 health, I like that. But, I mean, the main thing you'll see I'm looking for, I've obviously got all 6 are health mods on him, so he's gaining 15% health. Everything you're going to see here is based on him having more health. That's the whole point of this. So he's got 1.84% health here, 1.18% tenacity, and some flat protection. Those are the things that are going to help him. Yeah, the crit chance and like the damage that he's got here, those are nice extras, but they're not what I'm focusing on. So here, he's got 12% crit chance because I haven't found a better one for him. And he's got 1.5% protection, 1.4% defense, 2.13% tenacity, and 5 speed. So 3 out of the 4 of these, or sorry, all 4 of the secondary stats are great. The primary stat is not that wonderful for him. I mean, I don't really care about 12% crit chance for him. Defense, of course. We got health. We got some potency. Doesn't really matter. 1.6%, 1.06% health, and plus 3 speed. Here we've got 5.88% health, 6 defense, 5 speed, 1.45% protection, and another 1.3% tenacity. Over here we've got yet another 5.88% health, flat 417 health, plus 3 speed, plus 8 defense, and another 1.5% crit chance. So his mods overall, you're looking for health. The whole reason you want health is because of his protection basic, the proc on it. And we'll get to that. So let's look at his basic right now. Deal physical damage to target enemy with a 70% chance to grant protection up equal to 20% of Nebit's max health for 2 turns to a random ally who's not stealthed. These guys aren't really going to go stealth, so it's not an issue. His health, it's actually dropped a little bit. Last time I had it just above 32,000, and that's because I've been playing with his mods, but figuring out what I can do best. But it's still above 30k, so he's still granting 6,000 plus protection every time that buff procs. And he still has 17,000 protection. That should bump up to probably just over 20k once he hits gear 10. So I'm not too concerned about his protection or survivability. That should beef him back up again above 50k, which he's still pretty close to now, so that should be alright. His speed, this is what I've done a lot of work on him recently. His speed is now up to 151, which for him, ideally you want to get all your droids up above 180, and you want to get Jawa Engineer pretty much just as fast as you can. And for Chief Nebit, 150 is fine. Like, that's a totally fine target, but you do want him to be going with a good amount of regularity for his special abilities. You want to make sure that you're getting those cooldowns to pop as soon as possible. Alright, so his potency, it's at 5%. I mean, it's not anything he really needs. It doesn't really do much because he doesn't apply debuffs to anybody. He just applies buff toss. So tenacity, he's got pretty good survivability here. Good chance to avoid getting those dots on him, and with his taunt, hopefully he can steer a lot of the damage away from the other droids and from Jawa Engineer. So again, his damage doesn't really mean anything. His crit chance, I mean, it's going to work on his basic 39% of the time, but I don't really care. That's not, like, he's not there. I don't care what damage his basic does. I care more about that protection buff proccing and going off and landing on, you know, if Jawa Engineer's protection is low, I want it to hit Jawa Engineer. Unfortunately, I don't get to choose who it goes on to, and usually it'll proc onto somebody that's at full protection, but that's neither here nor there. Sometimes that's just bad RNG. His armor is at 32.5%. That could obviously go a little bit higher, and at gear 10 it should go up a little bit, so it should be okay. But he's got really good survivability and defense to him already, so yeah, his stats, they're pretty normal. They're nothing outlandish or crazy about him. Let's see here. So his taunt, he taunts for 2 turns and gains heal over time for 3 turns. He also reduces the cooldowns of all Jawa and droid allies by 1. So in order to use this most effectively, Jawa Engineer will have gone at least twice and used his critical chance up buff as well as his heal at some point if it was necessary. This is going to reduce those cooldowns. It's also going to reduce HK-47's 2-turn cooldown on his Meatbag Mayhem AoE. It's also going to reduce the 3-turn cooldown on IG-88's AoE ability. So it's just going to allow them to use their AoEs more. Jawa Engineer can use his buff more, things that are just going to help out. So you don't really want to taunt unless at least one, preferably all 3, have that stuff on cooldown, because you want it to have the maximum effect, and that's going to in turn give you guys all more damage. So Desert Ambush, you want to use this ideally as much as possible, but sometimes you're going to hang on to it. If you notice that, hey, that main gun seems to really be taking a while to go down, even with these tanks, that's when you're going to want to pop this. And ideally what's going to happen here is you're going to ideally call Jawa Engineer to throw a detonator, and then he's going to call a droid. Oh wait, no, I don't think it matters, because it's if the assisting ally is a Jawa or a droid. So they're going to deal 20% less damage, but if, all Jawa called to assist gain stealth for 3 turns, so, you don't really want Jawa Engineer to be assisting there. And if the droid, so ideally, Nebit's going to throw this Desert Ambush. Pew! It's going to do, 2,500 damage, because his damage is poop. But then it's going to call IG-88 and IG-86 to use their big, they're going to crit for like 20k on this guy. So you just did 42.5k damage in one ability, and then you've still got their basics that are going to steadily crit. Like, it's amazing to see what synergy in a good group can really do. I was one player that never really played with much synergy, and before I started working on my Jawas and droids, I was always like, oh, my Jedi are my best team. If I put my best Jedi together, they suck. They suck bad. And it's not because they're not geared and they don't have great stats. It's because the ones that I have don't really have good synergy. They don't have this, hey, like my Jawa or my Jedi Knight Anakin, he's a geared, I don't know, I think 9, maybe 8. He's been neglected, and I'm okay with it. But he's the guy that really drives boosting some damage. Imagundi, he could drop, he's got his counter chance and stuff. Like, there are Jedi that have great synergy abilities, but they're none of the ones that I have or that I have leveled and geared and started up. So to see these guys, these droids and Jawas all in action together, it's just awesome for me. So let's check his leader ability, which we're not actually using. If we were going to use it, Jawa and droid allies gain 30% crit chance and inflict critical chance down for 3 turns on a critical hit. It's not a bad ability to have, but you're going to notice a huge drop in your damage for the sole purpose that HK-47 gives the same 30% crit chance, but his second ability is giving 50% turn meter on critical hit to the droids. So you're going to really notice that effect, because you're going to be like, wow, my droids are going super slow. They're not really going super slow, they're just not getting an extra 50% turn meter every time they shoot off their guns. So that's all there really is to say about Chief Nebit. For gear, it's a Mark III holo projector, which I'll be working on shortly, and obviously this pair of stun cuffs for him. So as soon as I finish that one piece on Jawa Engineer to get his base speed to 199, then I'm going to work on the holo projector first, get it taken care of, and then I'm going to work on the stun cuffs. The guild has been very helpful and accommodating to me with stun cuffs, but I don't want to fill your guild exchange sheet with me asking for stun cuffs all day, every day. So I'm gonna take a few days break from asking for stun cuffs. Everybody's been very helpful. I don't want to piss anybody off saying, man, this guy, all he ever wants is stun cuffs. I do want other things, but these are my priority. So I think we have another week or two, maybe 2.5, before we do Heroic Tank again. By then, Chief Nebit will most definitely be Gear 10. Jawa Engineer may come very close to being Gear 11. HK47 also may come very close to being Gear 11, so I might be able to squeeze in a third Gear 11 on this team, and then only have another 2 guys to really perfect before my droid squad is really capable of doing 3+ million or whatever the amazing players do on Heroic Phase 2. But this is the team that I'm focusing on. I've linked a lot of videos for other teams. I will be updating my spreadsheet next week, so I'm hoping that I can get Chief Nebit to Gear 10 before I do the final updates, so then my line for droids will look pretty solid. I've hit most of my main targets for mods, so I think I have four green yeses in that sheet, maybe a fifth, I don't know. Because like I've hit all the targets that I set out to hit. On the critical damage chances, or the critical damage mods, I've given everybody a yes if they broke 200% for their character. So if it's HK47 and he's above 200% and he's got decent potency, I'm giving him a yes, because the 216 is really a minor tweak from 206 to 211 to 216. It's just a matter of how many dots does that mod have. If you've got at least a 3-dot triangle with crit damage in there and a crit damage set, I've given you the benefit of the doubt saying, yeah, you're going to work towards tweaking to get that 216, even if you're not there yet. You'll get there. So that's my breakdown of these guys. I'm going to be doing another video tonight when we actually go ahead and do the raid and do some of the damage. So hopefully I can record that. If my little toddler's awake, you won't be hearing me. You'll be hearing game sounds, but we'll see if we can get through the raid and get some major damage output going here for these guys. They've been they've been changed a lot even in the past couple of days since the last tank raid we did, so I'm expecting another little increase in the damage. Alright guys, thanks for watching.